Hey YouTubers, Nightwing19 here with my review for the Season 3 finale of Arrow. My name is Oliver Queen. So, there's a lot to get through, so starting with a recap. While Raish and Oliver head towards Starling City to release the virus, Felicity and the others wake in the dungeon. Malcolm informs them that he and Oliver created a new vaccine based on Oliver's blood, which Malcolm used on the team without their awareness. Returning a favor, Barry speeds through the castle, disabling the guards and freeing the team. Meanwhile, Oliver reveals his deception and he and Nyssa take out the League's remaining assassins. Raish escapes with a canister of the virus, vowing to destroy Starling City. Oliver learns that Raish is going to disperse the virus across 4 points of the city. Felicity locates the 4 bioweapons, and Oliver organizes the team along with Captain Lance and the police to those locations. Oliver is pulled to another location to battle Raish as the team successfully stops the virus. Oliver stops and kills Raish before being shot by a police sniper. Felicity in Ray's Atom suit flies in and rescues Oliver. Afterwards, Oliver decides to stop being a hero to the city, instead opting to have a life with Felicity, knowing that there are other heroes that can take his place. As payment for his help, Oliver cedes the title of Ghul to Malcolm and leaves the League. Ray begins testing a way to miniaturize his Atom suit, which results in an explosion at Palmer Technologies. In the flashbacks, Oliver tortures Shri for hours in vengeance before Maseo executes him. Maseo leaves Tatsu in grief, and Oliver decides to live a life alone to prevent his family from seeing the darkness that has taken over his life. So, overall, I'm giving this episode a 9.5. Honestly, this finale didn't feel grand like the previous 2 finales. Like, everything in this episode was kind of predictable. There are really no big twists in regards to the plot of the finale. Really, the finale felt like a series finale, and actually the executive producers did say that the finale would feel like a series finale, just because they closed the season without any hints or teasers or of any idea of where we're going in season 4. It's like season 1 through 3 is one big book, and then season 4 and so on is going to be a new book within this series. So because we don't have any grounds of where season 4 is going, we're just pretty much left to speculate on what the next season is like. So Oliver Queen is Oliver Queen. He's defeated Ra's al Ghul, discovered who he really is, and rides off in the sunset with the love of his life. He'll most definitely return for the first half of season 4. There's no such thing as a happy ending on Arrow. He left Team Arrow kind of in shambles. There's Laurel, Thea, and then Diggle. Diggle kind of left on a note that he's not coming back. I think he will. Oliver also told him that if he's going to be going out in the field more often, then he's going to need some sort of concealment. I know everyone wants Diggle to be the Jon Stewart Green Lantern. I've been saying this a lot recently, but Arrow and the Flash are just not ready for doing anything related to space or aliens. Maybe in the future, but for season 4 and 2, there's just no way. What Oliver was talking about was that Diggle should get a mask, whether it be a regular mask that everyone else is wearing, maybe just a little bit different, or a face covering like the League of Assassins used and what Ted Grant used as well. I know I said that they didn't make any references or groundwork for season 4, but they did tease Damien Darhk in a big way. I'm actually glad that this guy wasn't Damien Darhk, and if you didn't know, the guy who played the fake Damien Darhk played the Electrocutioner on Gotham. I feel like the actor's appearance should really captivate the role of the character. Like, he should look close, if not a lot, like his comic book counterpart. Just look at Matt Nable. He looks a little bit like Ra's al Ghul in the comics. His hair was kind of short in the beginning of the season, but as the season progressed, his hair sort of grew and he slicked it back so it started to look like a Ra's al Ghul, and sort of like adapted his own take on the character as well. So Damien Darhk, the big bad for season 4, expect to find out who's playing him later on in the summer. So here are some Easter eggs that I found. There are just a few of them. Thea wanted to call herself the Red Arrow, however Oliver redirected that and said no, just stick with Speedy. So that was Oliver officially calling her Speedy as her superhero name rather than a nickname. The Red Arrow jab was just a jab towards Roy Harper, who in the comics went from Speedy to Red Arrow and then Arsenal. So the show has really addressed all of Roy Harper's comic book names. And then the title of the episode pretty much refers to the opening lines of every episode. My name is Oliver Queen, and for 5 years, so on and so on. Felicity had a moment with Oliver where she had said that, you're someone else, you're something else, so that was also referring to the opening monologue in every season as well. So, now to top 10 moments, starting with number 10, Ray Palmer Atom Suit Accident. Not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. It was really scary because it was calm for like the first few couple of minutes and then like switches to this massive explosion. It was really loud, so it kind of shocked me. He's not dead because he's going to be on the Spinoff series, and they even confirmed the name of the Spinoff series is going to be called Legends of Tomorrow. This will most definitely be addressed in the beginning of season 4. he'll probably be still recovering from the injuries just so that there's some consistency, because you can't have this really big explosion that definitely caused a lot of damage on his body and then jump to him perfectly okay. Quentin Lance had some lung issues in the finale last year and then jumped to this season, the beginning of this season. He's all good, but they do refer to what exactly happened to him. I feel like Ray will not have the same treatment. I also forgot to mention this last week in my episode 22 review, but Ray switched ownership of Palmer Tech to Felicity and then erased it in this episode due to the fact that she rode off in the sunset with Oliver. This will most definitely be addressed in the next season. Expect Felicity to be the CEO of Palmer Tech. Because of Palmer heading to Legends, he won't have time to balance between being a CEO of this really big company and then being on this superhero team. He'll need to pass the mantle down to someone else, so to speak. Number 9. Oliver tells Diggle to conceal his identity when he's out in the field. Number 8. The flashbacks. I have to say that the flashbacks this year were not all that good. Like, Oliver being an Argus agent was just great, but then when General Shreve came in, it was kind of like a train wreck. So Maseo descended off to the League in this episode, Tatsu leaves as well, and then Oliver, it looks like he's heading to Coast City. That would make for some great Oliver Queen Hal Jordan storylines. That is, if the show can do Hal Jordan. The DC execs are pretty picky on which characters can show up on TV. It'd be a miracle if we got Hal Jordan. And if we don't get Hal Jordan, they could totally do another Green Lantern, like maybe Kyle Rayner or Alan Scott, and give him a lot of aspects of the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. It feels like they are going to do Green Lantern, what with this Easter egg, the other Easter eggs in Arrow and the Flash this year, and the big Easter egg on the Flash this week with the pilot missing from Ferris Ayers. So whether they do it or not, we're just going to have to wait and see until season 4. Number 7, Barry saves Team Arrow. Really great seeing Barry on Arrow. This was that favor that Oliver asked Barry for in episode 22 of The Flash this week. I like how he called the Lazarus Pit a hot tub. That was really funny. And then he gave Team Arrow some advice saying that Oliver needs them more than he thinks he does. So that was just really great. Sort of brings the team back together for the final fight against Raish. Number 6, Oliver goes after Damien Darhk, only to figure out that he's gone. I really love the cuts from the beginning of this scene in the hotel. We have Oliver on the roof, Nyssa in the hallways, and then Diggle in the elevator. All just really great scenes and cuts. Really well edited too. Number 5, Thea's Speedy debut. Number 4, Oliver and Felicity ride off into the sunset. Number 3, Merlin is the new Ra's al Ghul. Really wasn't expecting Merlin to do this. It kind of just happened for him. Oliver needed help with Ra's al Ghul, however Merlin wanted something in return, so why not the position as Ra's al Ghul? He actually said something really interesting. He was talking to Nyssa and she said that you think you became Ra's al Ghul just because you survived my father's blade, and then Merlin said, funny thing about prophecies. So remember, back in episode 15 when Merlin was taken by Ra's and then tortured, he was referring to this because he didn't die under the hands of Ra's al Ghul. He survived the metaphorical blade in the prophecy. Now that Merlin is Ra's al Ghul, expect to see him more often in season 4, and that will probably mean that we're going to see the League again too. Maybe not so much as we've seen them in this season, like if we just have Merlin and Nyssa show up in Starling, but not to go back to Nine the Parbat or anything like that, or not to bring so many assassins to Starling City whenever Merlin and Nyssa show up. Number 2, Oliver kills Ra's al Ghul. I like how he recited the same passage or poem or whatever it is that Ra's told him back in episode 9 when he quote-unquote killed Oliver. I think he said it differently than the way Ra's said it back in episode 9, like it was completely off to me. Also kind of sad that Oliver killed Ra's because Matt Nable is such a great actor and did an amazing job playing Ra's al Ghul. It would really be great if we'd seen him again in season 4, but in like a minor way, just like how we saw Slade this season, but only in a minor way. But what are you really going to do? If he was alive, he would continue threatening Oliver and his family. Even if you throw him in Lian Yu, there's no possible way that he will stay there forever because the League of Assassins have been trained to break out of any prison. And my number 1 moment, Oliver versus Ra's al Ghul. Really great finale fight scene. Slade and Oliver's fight in season 2 is still my favorite finale fight scene of all. The choreography was really great. I like how this fight was just truly a sword fight. Like there were no instances where they just pause and go hand to hand. It was all swords. So here's my question for you guys. What are your thoughts on the finale? Did you enjoy it or did you think it was a bit weaker than last year's finale? I'm sure next year's finale will be better just because next year will probably be a little less dark. Like this year, Arrow went really dark, so that dark and depressing tone sort of diminished the value of the finale. In the meantime, I'll be doing bonus videos while we wait for season 4, so be sure to subscribe to catch those videos when they come out. Also subscribe to my other channel, Jedi Knight for 50, for fandom vids, and my social platforms to stay updated with Arrow, the Flash, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.